All right, all right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a 2v2 matchup, Fish and Deathnote, going up against Sheik and Bizzare here on Synergy. All right. This was taken from W3 Champions, I believe just a normal ladder play, no other observers, as we see Bizzare and Sheik spawning as the Orc Undead combo on the southern side of the map. You know, when you are playing as on Synergy, you are able to, well, work on solo defenses since you are directly next to your partner. Meanwhile, we're looking at Deathnote and Fish off to the north, spawning under different names, of course, just to try and throw me off my game. Odinsgar and Frogs, I believe. Well, Odinsgar is obviously the human Deathnote, and Frogs is Fish, if that wasn't confusing enough for you. Anyways, let's go ahead and break things down in this 2v2 matchup. Human Orc going up against Undead Orc. We'll see who the better partner for Undead is, and, well, how this game will be unfolding here momentarily. Looking at what the Orc player Bizzare is doing, he is going for a War Mill Barracks. It is going to be a Farseer. He's going to be working alongside an Altar of Darkness Crypt Lord. Interesting call here. Altar of Darkness Crypt Lord. We may be going for some, perhaps a transition into Crypt Fiends. So no, it looks as though we're actually going for Ghouls and Crypt Lord with Headhunter support. That should work out well. Very strong front line with a back line dealing the majority of that damage with those Headhunters. Coming back across here, Altar of Storms nearly done training up that Blade Master Archmage coming in from Odinsgar or Deathnote here. Archmage, Blade Master going up against Farseer, Crypt Lord. Not your typical hero combinations, and it should prove to be fairly interesting. Now, both sides are in a stage of just, I guess, trying to clear out creep camps here. Perhaps get to level 2 quickly on that Archmage. We know how important it is for Deathnote to get that Archmage up to level 2. That Brilliance Aura, incredibly important. Meanwhile, back here down on the south side here, we're going to be looking at Orc Burrow. Well, Burrow's getting trained up here. And, well, still no tech to tier 2, which actually does not surprise me. Checking the tier 2 is a little bit risky, as we see Fish doing exactly that. Teching the tier 2 early is a little bit risky, as you are not guaranteed enough defense, especially if the other team tries to tower you. Tower attempts, though, may be a bit more difficult with the peons here. Peons not going to be able to, well, speed build any of those buildings, as we're looking at Fish testing the waters with that Blade Master. No Voodoo Lounge placed down, so he, excuse me, take it back. Voodoo Lounge placed down off to the front here. That may get cleaned up, or at least, I'm not quite sure what that beep was, as we're looking at an expansion now coming across back off to the north. So Sheik now trying to expo here with the Crypt Lord. Ghouls are starting to swarm, and in comes the blue team off from the north, now trying to, well, put down a bunch of pressure. All of this has been scouted out. The go-wide army of Sheik with ghouls, skeletal minions, and those beetles, with now Headhunters joining in on the battle. Headhunter should be able to get in a lot of poking here, as the Blade Master is looking to try and find some easy targets. Blade Master now down to the south, able to focus down a trailing Headhunter, and now looking for another easy Headhunter to take out. It looks as though this one Headhunter could get taken out. No, getting body blocked by a couple of ghouls in transit. Nicely done here, as this Headhunter does need to try and retreat back. Blade Master gets in one quick shot there. Damage could get racked up. Are we going to see a Windwalk strike? No, we are. Well, it looks like we are, in fact, going to be getting a Windwalk strike. Blade Master trying to make its way all the way back across here. Is he going to be able to head through? The Blade Master trying to pass through those units. And there's the Dust of Appearance. Blade Master is now currently revealed, but he got his kill already. Meanwhile, Archmage is looking to retreat all the way back home. He's going to benefit from perhaps picking up some healing salves as well. That little bit of focused healing on that Archmage going to be incredibly important, as we're looking at the, well, Wolf still trying to give chase here. Wolf does come to an end. Archmage could try and, yes, healing salve himself. A couple of footmen are going to be there to try and intercept some of that damage. And here we are. Well, we're looking at Deathnote pretty much just running around in a circle, able to heal up freely, and perhaps going to use a Scroll of Regeneration now to heal up the rest of these low hit point units. Scroll of Regeneration, better for multiple units, obviously. And this is one of those things that I wonder, if you use the Scroll of Regeneration, does it actually overwrite the regeneration that you had during the healing salve? That would be a little bit of bad news indeed, as the Blade Master now tests out the water by this haunted gold mine. All right, a 2v2 matchup going, just both sides trying to test the waters. We are looking at Keep and now going into Fortress for the north side. Meanwhile, on the south side, we are still only at Tier 1 at Necropolis and at Stronghold by Bizzare. Sheik does have this expo nearly operational, but it is constantly getting, well, pressured by this Blade Master. Blade Master now trying to run on out here. It looks like he will be able to get away as the Haunted Gold Mine able to stay alive another day. With that Haunted Gold Mine, well, getting a little bit more hit points, I believe the Acolytes will be trying to get in some repairs. We do see the tech to Tier 2 is now starting here. There's a Crypt. There is a Necropolis now done by Sheik here, so he'll be able to fully saturate without any problem. Testing the waters in the front, engaging here. There goes a big Impale. All of those units. However, one low hit point footman able to dodge in the back. We could see a lot of focused fire attack coming across from Bizzare, and that is just what we're seeing there. Chain Lightning also bouncing around, finishing off another unit, as the Farseer actually has plus 15 attack with multiple claws of attack plus 4 and that Mantle of Intelligence. Tauren Chieftain also coming across here, the disruption on that healing, as the Farseer's auto attack dealing significantly more damage than would be expected now. All right, Tauren Chieftain going to perhaps try and get in a Stomp, but unable to do so as he gets impaled right up. All right, Stomp going to be coming in from the back there, going to engage against these units. Farseer looking to rack up more damage again and again against some of these peasants or these riflemen as a Headhunter gets taken down. There goes an Impale, but the Impale was a split second lake by Sheik, still allowing for the death of a couple of Headhunters. All right, it looks like it's pushing back the other way. Blue was able to get its footing back underneath him, and now that Blue has his footing underneath and has home field advantage, perhaps he can rack in a little bit more kills. A low hit point Priest constantly getting healed in his retreating efforts as the Crypt Lord was low on mana. Tauren Chieftain trying to put his foot down. Bizzare able to get in an easy stun there, as the Tauren Chieftain of Fish does have level 2 and now has Endurance Aura. Economic advantage down for the south side here. Bizzare, Tauren Chieftain does need to retreat back, trying to get in some easy hits in this scrimmage in the front line. Bizzare now retreating back with this Blade Master, or Tauren Chieftain. However, the Blade Master may get in some more Windwalk strikes and cause some problems. Headhunter getting into harm's way, protecting that Tauren Chieftain, at least for now, as he's going to be trying to perhaps hide next to this Nerubian Tower. Once that Nerubian Tower applies that slow to that Blade Master, things could go badly for him. Are we going to see a Stomp there? There's a quick Windwalk. Tauren Chieftain doesn't have enough mana for the Stomp and is now looking to back away. Off to the top left, Beetle still trying to take down some of these peasants. A small engagement, a quick surround, forcing the Scroll of Town Portal as they do retreat back home. With this, Bizzare now looking to clear out some extra creep camps down to the south side. Ogre Magi, Ice Troll Priest, Ice Troll Trapper creep camp gonna get cleaned up nicely. Meanwhile, Farseer still with some impressive damage, plus 15 damage overall, nearly dealing 50% more damage with every single attack. Back off to the north, Fish looking to clear out this creep camp, and he did use a tiny Great Hall to establish this expo quickly. Peons are already fully mining, even though there are still a couple of peasants nearby as the Mountain King joins in on the battle. 9 minutes and 20 seconds into this game, both sides are taking this opportunity to clear out creep camps. The Crypt Lord gonna try and, pick up that Tome of Strength. It looks like that Crypt Lord is still by himself right now, and making his way out. It looks like it was a Beetle and Impale, hence no additional armor here, as the Fountain, I take it back, Death Knight now out on the battlefield, creeping by himself to clear out this Berserk Elemental and Sea Elemental creep camp. There goes down a Frost Nova, but these Sea Elementals do deal piercing damage while having medium armor, so the piercing damage actually isn't that much against these Crypt Fiends. The Crypt Fiends could actually venture forth to the Fountain of Health and benefit by healing up a little bit more. That's what we're finally seeing there. Death Knight does get a Death Coil off there. Crypt Fiend now healing nicely, as this Berserk Elemental will give the Death Knight here level 2. All right, both sides clearing out creep camps, and the next battle will be much more hero-led, as the Tauren Chieftain will be at level 3 for Bizzare. That level 2 stomp going to make a big difference. Scroll of Town Portal inbound by Sheik, I believe. Yes, there in comes the army. Death Knight is at 2. Crypt Lord is at full 4. There goes a massive impale across all of these units here, as one priest easily gets taken down. Death Coil saving another. Crypt Fiend's able to poke apart to those priests. They were just in that front line spot and, well, fell apart so quickly. Blade Master now trying to test the waters, going after the Obsidian Statue. There's a purge there, as the Obsidian Statue is going to be in trouble trying to retreat back. All right, is this unit going to be able to retreat all the way here? Are we going to see some repairs underway? Yes, the Obsidian Statue is getting repaired here as the Archmage gets up to level 4. Blade Master now with Windwalk Strike, able to get in some more damage, trying to finish off this Obsidian Statue, but it is constantly just getting repaired over and over, as now the Orc army shows up as well to try and protect. There goes a Stomp, followed by a Chain Lightning. More damage could get racked up. Mountain King falls at level 2. Archmage forcing to leave the fight at level 4, as the Blade Master, still trying to play this harassment game down to the south, goes after the Ziggurat here, while have already taken down the Haunted Gold Mine. Haunted Gold Mine was lost. No more mining down to the south. It has to be, well, has to be rebuilt. There is a Tauren Chieftain Stomp trying to, well, stick around in this fight, delay it even longer, as another Crypt Fiend gets taken down. Purge going down onto the Death Knight. Death Knight still trying to get away. Blade Master does have an Orb of Lightning, unable to proc another Purge. Instead, the Tauren Chieftain puts his foot down, only to get impaled, as the Crypt Fiends are now looking to back away. Another Crypt Fiend gets taken down as well. Blade Master, Tauren Chieftain trying to, well, deal some lasting damage, as the Black Citadel finishes upgrading, meaning another tower is out on the table, slowing things down. All right, there goes one Shaman. That will get taken down here. Units are still in this retreat mode. Blade Master hasn't procced yet. Tauren Chieftain could try and throw down a Stomp. Does get another Crypt Fiend. That Impale actually missing the target there, as they suddenly stop to go after the Crypt Fiend, staying out of that impale pathway. All right, couple of Orc burrows getting poked apart here. Tauren Chieftain now going to have a tactical retreat back off to the north here, as we see a 2-on-1 fight. There is a quick Hex. Archmage now trying to retreat back. Tauren Chieftain misses the Stomp, as the Farseer now going to go ahead and use a Scroll of Town Portal to retreat back. All right, Scroll of Town Portal retreats back. There it is. The Orc army with the Archmage able to defend Fish's Expo here at the center portion of the map. New haunting of the gold mine by Sheik. A lot of gold has been lost. The peons here of Bizzare need to, well, get back to work. Not yet at full saturation. Off to the north, 7190, 7200. So you can see a little bit of discrepancy. About 200 gold here, and, well, quite a bit of gold lost here by Sheik due to that haunted gold mine getting taken down. Tauren Chieftain and Archmage will clear out of this creep camp. Dragon Turtle digesting a water elemental. Well, must have felt really full, as that water elemental pops back out. Dual level 7 gargantuan sea turtles, alongside that, I believe that's a Snapdragon Turtle. 877 creep camp getting cleared up, as we see a Rune of Healing could get picked up here. A massive heal for this entire human Orc army. However, in comes a fight back on the other side. Fish quickly losing his Expo there. The Berserkers, perhaps under that Berserker Frenzy, attacking faster, dealing significant damage. But there isn't much of a front line. And if the Tauren Chieftain of the other side can, well, land down an effective Stomp, these Berserkers do not have very high hit points, only 450. Obsidian Statue will have a lot of work to do, as this is a rather go-wide army trying to heal up all of these units at the same time. Top left, Berserk Elemental and Sea Elementals will get cleared out as well. Water Elemental going to get shut down. Berserk Elemental about to get finished off here. Remember, the Fountain of Health is under effect, so that does, well, heal up these units fairly fast, especially since it's a percentage-based heal. And that Berserk Elemental had 1100 hit points. Back across on the other side, Gargantuan Sea Turtle. There's that Dragon Turtle, level 10. 2 level 7s, and then these little sea turtles, they're just for added measure. Now, this 2v2 fight looks like both sides are playing to get their heroes at least to level 3, level 4. That's what they're going to try and go for. Perhaps even level 5 and then level 3 on their third and final hero. Creeps, however, are starting to become, well, extinct on the map, so you are going to be forced to try and engage against your opponent if you want to level up those units. There's only a handful of creep camps left, the 2 corners, and perhaps a couple of green creep camps, well, sporadically placed out across the map here. Fountain of Health could get a little bit of healing going on. Always wondered, would it be worth it to place a tiny Great Hall next to that Fountain of Health? So if you do ever have to use a Scroll of Town Portal to get away, you Scroll of Town Portal back to that Fountain of Health. And there you are healing up all of your units, and then you're able to get back out into the battlefield much more quickly while being fully refreshed. Not quite sure if that will work, but it seems like it should work in theory, as Fish now tries to set up this expo again in the center portion of the map. Both corner expos have been cleared out of those dragon turtles and those gargantuan sea turtles, and they may come into play as we're down to less than 10 minutes of mining for the north side. South side, Sheik and Bizzare still have plenty of mining since they were disrupted in their mining early on. Tauren Chieftain, there's a thunderclap, there is a blizzard now raining down here right on the front side there. There's a lightning shield, and Fish is just doing a lot of damage with AoE, Stomp, and Lightning Shield. Mountain King falls at level 4. More blizzard raining down. There comes another Impale again to try and slow down that Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain still has a Potion of Mana. Could burst down some more of these units. Uses a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability as well. There goes an Impale as the Tauren Chieftain in the front spot of Sheik. He could get taken down, giving level 5 to the Tauren Chieftain here. Tauren Chieftain could have a very bad day. Is he going to try and stomp? No, yeah, well, he was going to try and stomp. Instead, gets hexed, and a level 5 Tauren Chieftain falls as well. Chain Lightning still bouncing around. Blade Master continuing to engage. There goes an Impale. Blade Master falls at level 4 as well. So the Tauren Chieftain and Blade Master of Fish both get taken down, but his expo seems to be okay, at least for now. There is a bit of bloodlust as well, as the Spellbreakers could try and act as a front line since they are immune to all of that all of that magic damage. There's Blizzard now raining down Archmage with level 3 Blizzard. Criplord down to 50 some odd hit points, forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal as the Blizzard is still raining down, racking up damage here. All of those Crypt Fiends also able to get away as well. They were dangerously low on hit points, perhaps less than 200 hit points between all of them. All right, 4,400, 4,300 gold, so about 7 minutes of mining left off to the north in those expos. The center expansion still has plenty of mining to go. Meanwhile, the center expansion of Undead starting to feel a little bit bare, maybe down to about, 14 minutes. And this game still doesn't have, a true conclusion just quite yet. All right, Berserker trying to venture forth, has Unholy Aura in launching around him. So yeah, just kind of strange to see the Unholy Aura on that Shadowhunter as Blizzard is raining down across all of these low hit point units. Impale misses the Archmage, and both sides are fighting their way through. Big Frost Nova across that front line who doesn't have many hit points as the Archmage is still trying to use Blizzard effectively. There goes a quick Hex as the Archmage now gets impaled, gets thrown up by lightning, and could get taken down. No, was down to about 25 hit points before the Scroll of Town Portal was activated just in time. Blade Master also being teleported back home as well, only to see that the Orc army is nearby here. Bizzare could have perhaps tried to focus down the Archmage and the Blade Master. Instead, Chain Lightning some of those peasants, which didn't even finish them off. There comes the Blizzard again, more damage racking on up, and there's a Stomp right there. A Crypt Fiend gets taken out as we're looking at all of these units trying to retreat back. Mountain King gets in a Thunderclap, finishes off the Farseer. Farseer falls at level 4. Shadowhunter could be next, down to dead as he gets taken down as well. Meanwhile, Criplord is trying to retreat back away, and this is just an all-out hero brawl as both sides are suffering major amounts of damage. All right, Tauren Chieftain gets lifted up. Archmage gets up to level 6. More Blizzard raining down here. Blizzard with level 2 Brilliant Aura should be mass teleport as the Archmage could try and chase down some of these low hit point obsidian statues, but no, they will be able to stay alive. We are looking at 5 minutes of mining left on those main gold mines off to the north. Southern side still has a little bit going on for them. No one trying to take up any additional bases, as both sides going to their respective corners, perhaps trying to heal back up a little bit, resurrecting heroes at the tavern, and perhaps just trying to gain more and more hero levels. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 4, while Crippler trying to purposely stay away from the fight, doesn't want to accidentally take away precious experience from the units that could actually gain experience out here on the battlefield, as a healing ward could be placed down here to try and help some of these obsidian statues stay up on mana still. Alright, War Golem taking down Lightning Revenant is the last unit here. That will get finished off. Level 3 now on that Lich. Dual level 4 on that Death Knight and that Tauren Chieftain, as the Tauren Chieftain picks up Rune Bracers and will be very powerful in that front line now that he is that much more difficult to try and burst down. 40 over 71 supply here. 58 over 70 for the Undead. This is going up against an Orc who has 41 supply and Deathnote who is looking at 48. So Fish and Deathnote actually a little bit behind on supply here, as we are still getting resurrection on some of the heroes. Alright, 44 supply should get back up to 49. Resurrecting the old-fashioned way does take quite a bit of time, but that Farseer was already at level 4, also has an Orb of Corruption as well, so being able to apply that negative armor debuff so that subsequent attacks deal even more damage. Alright, only 2 green creep camps available on the map now. Are we going to see that Tauren Chieftain try and get to level 5? He's going to try, but really not be able to get there. Just any bit of experience does help. 3-0 upgrades on Bizzare's on Bizzare's Berserker, able to focus down pretty quickly. Tome of Knowledge being dropped down, or being dropped here. We can see Beetles of Sheik are purposely keeping track of these two wing expos. If you know your opponent doesn't have any of these expos here, you can kind of predict how this game is going to go. But talking about synergy here on Synergy, invisible bat riders. They literally are not going to know what hit them, as those troll bat riders are going to dive straight onto those destroyers before the destroyers even really have a time to dodge, react, or even know that they are there. This is one of those things that I had not even thought about. Working with Synergy, these troll bat riders are a bit of a suicide unit, but they sometimes miss their target because, well, they sometimes just miss their target. Make them invisible and truly surprise and keep your opponent off guard. All right. What is going down next? We still have this Fountains of Health in the corner for some easy healing. Both sides perhaps starting to bank up a little bit of gold. Sheik's getting up to 77 over 80. Meanwhile, Bizzare is purposely staying at 50 in order to not pay those taxes. Deathnote up to 62, while Fish is staying at 50 as well. Perhaps he's going to try and build up a bank of gold before he ventures forth. He does need a bit of lumber, though, only sitting at 200 and really not mining any additional lumber that I can see. Perhaps that is Deathnote's job. Collect lumber with that decent upgrade. Well, no, doesn't even have the lumber harvesting upgrade either. So all of those peasants working harder to, well, to just carry all of that lumber back. "24 minutes into this game. Blade Master still wandering around here. Troll Bat Riders are currently still invisible, but that may not last for very long. That is a rather long duration, but you just can't keep an invisible unit sitting inside your base. It doesn't last forever. Witch Doctor is now also wandering around the map, placing down sentry wards to keep track and know exactly where his opponent is. Knowledge is key on the battlefield here. So that is just going to continue to be the case. Meanwhile, what is What is Sheik looking to do? Just hold on to this expo, perhaps venture forth. That front expo for the north side has a bit more gold, but the main gold mines about to mine out. You can see Deathnote even only mining with 3 out of 5 units here doesn't really need full saturation, perhaps needs a little bit more lumber. All right, Crypt Lord maxed out on mana, Death Knight maxed out on mana, Shadow Hunter maxed out on mana, Tauren Chieftain with 2 pendants of energy also maxed out on mana. All right, Potion of Lesser Invulnerability there, going after the Demolisher, 1 Demolisher down, and now being able to back away. Dust of Appearance on the Blade Master. There goes a quick Hex. Are they going to rack up some damage on this Blade Master here? Well, trying to get in front of him, but the Blade Master does have Windwalk and is not easily taken down. All right, Blade Master trying to retreat back away. There's a quick scroll of Town Portal instead, as he's able to, well, perhaps divert from a different spot. Gold mine number 1 on the south side has been torn down. Off to the north, gold mines have a run out as well. It is currently 2 gold mines for the undead Sheik compared to 1 gold mine for the Orc Bizzare, or excuse me, the Orc Fish. Still sitting on 3-0 upgrades. I haven't seen the invisible troll bat riders be used effectively yet. Tauren Chieftain is currently invisible. Blade Master has a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability and Claws of Attack plus 12. That is gonna be some big proccing damage as a Shade easily gets cleaned up here. Fish with that Sentry Ward spots that Shade as Stasis Traps now also being placed down. All right, a couple of invisible troll bat riders with a couple of visible ones as well. There's a massive thunderclap off to the side. Tauren Chieftain unable to get to that frontline spot. There's a lightning shield. There's a stomp. Troll bat rider's going to go ahead and try and suicide onto those the destroyers. The destroyers, however, able to be healed back up as there was healing wards being also placed on the back here. 320 critical strike from that Blade Master who has level 3 critical strike there, trying to rack up even more damage. Tauren Chieftain continuing to throw down stomps, but that Potion of Invulnerability is going to be coming to an end. However, he gets to level 6, and now at level 6, he's going to get taken down, but be able to stand back up, perhaps stomp a little bit more. Blade Master of Fish trying to retreat back here. Tauren Chieftain is back out onto the battlefield, perhaps wants to try to get in a couple more stomps again, as we're still looking at an engagement here. Kodo Beast now down. There's another stomp coming in from the Tauren Chieftain. Lightning Shield trying to rack up more damage, but he needs to back away as he's not going to be able to stick around. Blade Master up to level 6 here. Could go for Blade Storm. Blade Storm amongst all of these units, and that is going to be a lot of damage and a lot of death against all of these units here. And suddenly, Fish and Deathnote seem to be in a very favorable spot, but now need to be careful. The Red Army is trying to retreat back. They still have some high-level units as we see level 6 now on the Crypt Lord of Sheik. Blade Master falls at level 6 here. Are we going to be looking at, well, the ultimate ability? That is the question here, as we are looking at Taurens out here as well. Death Knight up to level 5 needs to try and stay alive, find a way to stay alive, as there's no easy way to heal him. Spellbreakers are still out on the battlefield. Perhaps they can get in some more damage here, as we're looking at the Shadow Hunter getting surrounded and getting stomped down. Farseer wants to try and finish off this, well, Tauren does finish him off as the Farseer now looks to retreat and back away, but he gets stomped and shut down as well. Tauren Chieftain pretty much cleaning up the level 4 Shadow Hunter and that level 5 Farseer. A break in the action only for it to be busted wide open by Fish and Deathnote. All right, level 7 there. Resurrections happening back home for Sheik. Sheik resurrecting that Crypt Lord and that Death Knight, unsummoning buildings as a last... Well, no, that was just a Haunted You'll Mine. Unsummoning that building there. We are mining at 1 base only for Sheik, as a tiny, or as a Great Hall is now completed by Bizzare here at on, well, the west coast. West side here, mass teleportation inbound. Deathnote going to be able to bring in the army, bring down and rain down the blizzard here, as the priest taking a little bit more damage than he should. Archmage sitting at level 7 does have level 3 Brilliance Aura. In comes the Tauren Chieftain army, as well as the Great Hall could get cleaned up. Trying to make sure that this Great Hall is cleaned up before moving on. The worst thing is to make a place abandoned only to see it fully saturated 3 minutes later, giving your opponent the advantage. Sheik still has, well, 160 seconds of mining left, about 2 minutes and 40 seconds here. Meanwhile, plenty of mining for Fish, as the home field advantage and the sudden transition into Tauren perhaps caught Bizzare and Sheik off guard. Off on the north side, where is that? Another mass teleport, not quite sure. Unsummoning of buildings still underway. Sheik trying to get every bit of gold that he can, build up a large army. Bizzare, on the other hand, sitting at 26 over 71. Perhaps more Kodo Beasts or gold can be given to Bizzare so that as Sheik is still mining, he will stay in no upkeep. Fish sitting at 43 over 82. Deathnote sitting at 57 over 78. Well, no reason to try and train up anything else there, as the Archmage goes ahead and mass teleports back down to the south, stopping the long distance mining here. All of those peons are going to be in trouble. There's Blizzard raining down after all of those units. Are we going to see a couple more dead peons? Yes, we are, as the Mountain King is getting closer and closer to level 5. Tauren Chieftain Resurrection looks to be back online soon. And you know that Tauren Chieftain is just going to run head on into that fight, knowing that, well, there's nothing you can really do to stop him. Blade Master, Bladestorm also now available. Circlet of Nobility passed off to the Tauren Chieftain for a bit more mana and a bit more hit points. There is, Sheik does have a watch award here, and also the Shade trying to keep track of where that Blade Master is at. At this point, no one wants to make a tragic mistake, and that's what we're waiting for. A tragic mistake somewhere for someone to really come out ahead. Another Shade gets picked apart here, but the Mountain King does not get to level 5, 18 experience shy, and we know how big of a difference that can be, as the Mountain King also has plus 11 armor, making him that much more difficult to kill. Both sides trying to figure out how they can, well, get back into this game. It feels as though Fish and Deathnote is content currently right now, as the Blade Master could be in trouble. Blade Master gets Frost Nova. Is he going to get perhaps impaled again? Are we going to see that Shade keep track? No, Blade Master able to run away. He was bloodlusted. He did have Windwalk, and, well, that movement speed was very, very fast. Peons continuing a little bit of long distance mining again, as we see the mass teleport inbound. In comes the army. Peons are going to end up getting cleaned up once more, now giving level 5 to that Mountain King. That is a big deal. That may have been exactly what Deathnote was looking for, getting to level 5 on his hero, on this Mountain King hero, who now has level 3 Thunderclap and can really, well, burst open this game with a Thunderclap Blizzard, racking up large amounts of damage straight from the start. Tauren Chieftain now ready to charge on in. Tauren Chieftain actually has a lower mana than I would have expected here. Oh, this is the level 4 one. Mass teleport to try and get into a different spot, as we're going to be looking at, well, what? Red Army is actually working together and able to perhaps finish off a couple of those units. It looks as though one unit nearly, or 2 Shaman quickly taken down. No level ups, though, as the Crypt Lord may try and move forward. Where was the human army? Human army was nowhere nearby in that fight. So if the red army is able to force an engagement 2 versus 1, that divide and conquer strategy, easier said than done, could possibly work. All right, units are going to try and engage here. A couple of beetles pop up from the ground. We could perhaps see some control magic as the Spellbreakers Well, no control magic. Healing Ward now placed down here. Blade Master Illusions, I believe. Oh no, Mirror Image now trained up. So it is going to be Blade Master Mirror Image with level 2 critical strike. More units just wandering around everywhere. This was a possible 2v1 fight in a very, very narrow corridor as peons are going to get, or peasants are getting cleaned up here. Is this going to give the Tauren Chieftain level 5? That is going to be a big deal. There's a Blade Storm followed by a Stomp, and that is just slicing and dicing where they stand. Beautifully done by Fish with those two abilities working amazingly well together. All right, trying to continue this fight here. Blue is in between these red armies on both sides. Shadowhunter now looking to back away and, well, trying to get another stomp here. That stomp does go down onto the Crypt Lord. Crypt Lord could have a bit of trouble. There's a Devour Magic to, well, I believe, consume the Hex as both sides are fighting their way through. There goes another stomp as the Tauren Chieftain could get knocked down. Tauren Chieftain purposely could just get knocked down here as the Crypt Lord falls at level 6. Southern side is going to be in trouble here as the Tauren Chieftain is still trying to go after these units. Lich, well, healed back up, but could easily get burst down. There's a 210 critical strike, and that is going to be the game. Sheik already leaving. Bizzare perhaps going to be throwing in the towel, and that is it. Fish and Deathnote outlasting their opponents here on Synergy. Let me know what you guys thought about this game in the comments below.